Good afternoon. My name is Kay Townsend, and on behalf of State Superintendent Hoffmeister and the Oklahoma State Department of Education, I would like to welcome you to the Office of Federal Programs Rural and Low-Income Schools webinar. Today's webinar will cover how RLIS allocations are made, the purpose of the Rural Education Initiative, also cited as REAP, RLIS eligibility requirements, update of school locale codes and dual eligibility, RLIS allowable program activities, and examples of those RLIS allowable program activities, RLIS fiscal flexibility, as well as resources, and at the end there will be questions. During the duration of the webinar, if you have any questions, you could go ahead and type those into the chat box, and shortly after the webinar, I will answer those questions for you. USDE allocates RLIS funds to states by formula, and it is based on its proportionate share of children in average daily attendance in all LEAs eligible to participate in the RLIS programs. States allocate to LEAs either competitively or on a formula basis. Oklahoma allocates RLIS funds based on formula. The Rural Education Initiative, also cited as REAP, is Title V, Part B of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, as amended by the Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015. It authorizes the Rural Education Initiative, which comprises two formula grant programs. We have the Small Rural School Achievement, SRSA grant, under Title V, Part B, Subpart 1. It's the direct grant from USDE under Project 588. And then we have the Rural Low-Income Schools Grant, which is our focus this afternoon, Title V, Part B, Subpart 2. It's a state-administered grant under Project Code 587. So the purpose of the Rural Education Initiative the purpose of these supplemental formula grant programs is to address the unique needs of rural school districts that frequently lack the personnel and resources needed to compete effectively for federal competitive grants and receive formula grant allocations in amounts too small to be effective in meeting their intended purposes. LEA shall be eligible to receive an RLIS allocation if 20% or more of the children ages 5 through 17 years served by the LEA are from families with incomes below the poverty line, and all of the schools served by the LEA are designated with a locale code of 32, 33, 41, 42, or 43, and that is determined by the U.S. Department of Education Secretary. So the 20% poverty line is determined by the U.S. Census Bureau's most recent small area income and poverty estimates, and school locale codes are assigned to LEAs based on the place's population size and its distance from a populous area. With ESSA came two major changes. The first one is the update to the school locale code. Previously, under No Child Left Behind, only 3 locale codes defined the ruralness of an LEA. It ranged from being a small town to rural inside of a metropolitan area or being rural outside of a metropolitan area. Under ESSA, these updated school locale codes now give a more detailed description of rural by describing where the school is located, ranging from a town that is distant or remote, or a rural area that is on the fringe that is distant or remote. There are now 24 additional LEAs that are defined as rural for the purposes of RLIS eligibility. The second change to the eligibility requirement is dual eligibility. An LEA that met the eligibility requirement for both SRSA and RLIS is referred to as dual eligible. Even though the LEA is eligible for funding under both programs, it must, however, choose one grant under which to receive funds in a given year. All dual eligible LEAs may exercise what's known as the Alternative Fund Use Authority, AFUA, which also we refer to as REAP Flex, regardless of which grant they choose. On the other hand, if an LEA is only eligible for RLIS, they may not exercise in the Alternative Fund Use Authority. This year we had 30 dual eligible LEAs that chose to receive an RLIS allocation over receiving a direct grant SRSA from USDE. To find a list of these schools, you can go to the consolidated application under RLIS on the Overview tab. Again, with RLIS, LEAs have more options in utilizing these funds in order to expand and enhance existing program activities. RLIS funds may be used to carry out activities authorized under Title I, Part A of Title II, Title III, Title A of Part A of Title IV, and family and parent engagement activities. The next few slides are examples of some of the RLIS allowable program activities, and they include high-quality preschool or full-day kindergarten to facilitate the transition from early learning to elementary education programs under Title I, Part A, teacher professional development courses to enable an LEA to offer pre-calculus or organic chemistry classes under Title IIA. LEAs may also offer an after-school enrichment program for English learners under the Title III program. An LEA may purchase bully prevention materials for all schools under Title I, Part 4. And the creation of a parental review committee to provide input on the LEA's curriculum development. That can be also carried out under the parental involvement activities. In addition to having program flexibility, there is also fiscal flexibility for RLIS LEAs. If you are dual eligible and you chose RLIS, you may REAP your Title II Part A funds into Project 586. You may REAP your Title IV funds into Project 586. Dual eligible LEAs may also transfer its Title II Part A funds to Title I, Title I-C migrant, Title I-D, and that is neglected or delinquent, Title III, Title IV-A, and RLIS. They may also transfer their Title IV Part A funds to the same programs that are listed. In addition to that, the fiscal flexibility offers a school that is dual eligible. They may decide that they want to exercise school-wide consolidation of funds, or they can also contribute 5%, 7%, or 8% to consolidated administrative costs. So for the LEAs that are only eligible for RLIS, they may not REAP their Title II and Title IV funds to 586. However, they may transfer their Title II as well as Title IV to the programs that are listed. That's the Title I, Title I-C, Title I-D, Title III, IV, and RLIS. They also have the option to exercise the school-wide consolidation of funds as well as contribute to consolidated administrative costs. This next slide is just some resources. So if you would like to find out what data was used in order to determine you being eligible to receive RLIS, you can go to the email, the address that's listed on here. It's the REAP Master Eligibility Spreadsheet. Also at ed.gov, if you want to read more about the Title I Part B Subpart 2 RLIS, you can go to the website that's down below. In addition to that, we have ESSA flexibilities. Appendix A talks about the Alternative Fund Use Authority and Transferability Guidelines for REAP districts. And again, the address is listed below. Do we have any questions right now?
When you were kind of frowning at the screen. Yep, that's just me.
Do we have any questions regarding RLIS? This webinar will be made available on the Office of Federal Programs website next week. Also, again, I'm Kay Townsend, and I'm the coordinator for the Title V Part B RLIS program. You can contact me at the information that's listed here. Also, for any other technical assistance, you could contact your assigned reviewer, and our mainline office, our number is listed here as well. Thank you for participating in today's Rural and Low Income Schools webinar. Please contact me if you have any further questions. Thank you.